Hey guys, Frank here. Today we'll check out some stories from /AskReddit. Here's the first. What's a sexual taboo you've always been curious about but never dared to explore? Sort by controversial for the real answers. Realistically, I'd want to try doing it outside at least once. Not even in a public location, just being totally naked out in nature. Free use too, but that's more of a fantasy than a taboo. Not sure if this counts, but bang a clown. As in full on dressed like a clown with the painted face, noisy red nose and little bells on their collar. Could be large or thin, doesn't matter, just fully dressed like a clown. I have some sort of somnophilia, aroused by someone asleep or unconscious, but I never explore it because, well, consent. Even in long-term relationship full of trust, the consent is a bit complicated when someone is asleep. My boyfriend knows about my weird kink and he expressed consent as well as boundaries about it, but when I attempted, well, he's the kind of person to talk absolute nonsense in his sleep and do weird things, so my attempt at sexy time was met with "Jimmy, you shouldn't be eating pizza," and leg wiggle. Then he stole my blanket and hugged it really tight, lol. I didn't dare to keep trying. I guess it's only a taboo because it's kind of violating someone else's crib, but it would be cool to hook up with a significant other while at a dinner party or something similar. Like a gathering where we sneak away. Maybe that's more common than I think though. Maybe not taboo. But I really want to pick a woman up and her on my shoulders, like they do at concerts, except facing my mouth straight on, and eat her out while she's against the wall, in the air. I hope I'm making sense. I've started strength training for when the day hopefully comes. I often fantasize about a loving relationship. Maybe not a full-on robot, but like an android as long as she's 18. Consensual hardcore mouth fucking. Experiment with bondage and getting milked. Frick a stranger without learning their name, pure primal carnal intimacy. I've never been sent a nude, surprisingly the username never helped. My dream is to be sent a nude from any reasonably attractive woman I know in real life that I'm not intimate with. It drives me crazy the thought that I'd know what she looks like naked when I'd otherwise have no reason to. Oh, forgot about the fantasy of laying on a bench and have 8 to 10 guys jerk off on me. More than once, an ex-GF said she wanted to watch me with another girl. Now, she didn't pester me about it. But she mentioned it on multiple occasions. I was way too chicken shit at the time to even try. But now, yeah, I sort of wonder. And before open relationship, I know for a fact that my ex wasn't looking for an excuse to be with other guys. Her fixation was watching me with somebody else for some reason. Edit, gotta be honest, wasn't expecting this to get so many upvotes. Anyway, one thing my ex did semi-frequently was ask about other girls. Are you attracted to her, or is she hot, and stuff like that. I'm not a dominant, if anything I'd be a very submissive verse I suppose, but I do like the idea of a younger guy with mommy issues doing everything to please me and call me mommy, being rewarded with a handjob while he suckles at my breast, and punished with reaction denial, edging and lack of air cause him sitting on his face. And then when he needs to work his baggage out he is very rough with me. My ex-friend actually had this dynamic with their roommate. They were both in the Air Force but they left due to health issues and they couldn't work, so their roommate paid for everything and she would let him roleplay his mommy kink in exchange. I didn't get it at first and thought it was messed up, but now I get it. Here's story 2. If every US president was put into a ring for a free-for-all battle royale, who would win? Teddy Roosevelt. The guy took a bullet in the chest and still gave an hour-long speech. George Washington was a big dude and a veteran of the Revolution and French and Indian Wars. He would hold his own, maybe win it. No takers on Jackson biting his way to the top. Theodore Roosevelt knifed a cougar to death for attacking his hunting dogs. Not a sexy older lady either. A fucking mountain lion. Lincoln is a Hall of Fame wrestler, so he stands a good chance. Teddy is also a shout. No one mentioning Gerald Ford. Dude was an absolute unit who played center at the University of Michigan and was a star player. I know we think of him as clumsy, a failure, and was mocked heavily by Chevy Chase, but in his prime, Gerald Ford was a badass. Not only did he make Eagle Scout, he was a strong football player in high school and college, coached 8 different sports, was an athletic officer in the Navy in World War II. He turned down offers from the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions to play in the NFL. Maybe by the time he became the 38th president, he was past his prime, but my guess is the man could still pack a punch. Coming in at 354 pounds, William Howard Taft. Let's get ready to rumble. FDR. Who's going to punch a man in a wheelchair? Now I have ultimate showdown in my head. I'm going with Grant. Abe Lincoln. He's in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. He wrestled something like 300 matches and lost very few, if any. LBJ would just bash you with his massive dawn. Andrew Jackson has pockets and energy. Obama. Everyone else is either super old or dead. Gotta throw Andy Jackson into the mix. Here's story 3. Girls on dating apps, what are you seriously looking for from a profile? Fill it out for fuck's sake. Can't tell you how many LOL I'll get around to these prompts later profiles I have seen. Genuine interests. Not just food, wine and travel. Pretty much everybody likes those things. Saw a profile of a guy who had at least a dozen books about pumpkins. Sadly he was a bot, but I would have loved to listen to him talk about pumpkins. Please do not use all group photos or photos where you have sunglasses on in every photo. A lack of bitterness and overall positive vibe. Can't tell you how many people ruin their profiles with things like "who even reads this" or moaning about online dating or whatever. Recent pictures. Take a car selfie if you need to, that's fine, but take off your sunglasses. Fill out the profile. The almost blank profiles are so low effort. When we match, engage with me. I always read the profile and ask a question unique to it. But I expect he does the same. I refuse to hold the entire conversation for more than 1 to 2 rounds. If you're low effort in the convo, you're getting deleted. Recent pics. It blows my mind how many guys put old-ass pictures. Last guy I dated looked nothing like his pics. Please recent pics. Please state honestly if you have children. Essentially the same stuff you would want a female to post. Vague isn't cute. I know guys like to seem mysterious, but just be upfront. Here are the 5 things I look for. 1. Shirtless mirror selfie shows confidence right out of the gate. 2. A picture of you holding a fish. A man that can hunt nice. 3. Multiple group pictures. I like guessing which one you are. Big fan of puzzles. 4. A bio that isn't filled out and says, "Just ask mysterious." It's like clickbait for a person. 5. A hat and sunglasses in every photo. If I see hair or eyes swiping left, I'm looking for someone to actually fill the profile and have good intentions. The profiles I see are always about hooking up, and it's a turn off really. Elderly, because I am elderly too. Politically compatible. Animal lover. Sober. No major debt. Most of the pictures on men's profiles are really bad. They are blurry, too zoomed out, poor lighting, poses where the face points down, or strange photos like twerking poses. Pictures are already misleading because they are 2D trying to represent a 3D person. The lack of effort at picking good photos is a turn-off. At this point, a clear picture of your face without sunglasses and your full body. Sometimes I wonder if the pics men choose to post are attempting to repel women. Details about you that show your personality. Some humor. No hints about past drama. From what I've seen and heard from women, they want a full profile. Real pics. Face and full body. Not the fishing pic, not the blurry group shots. Just show who you are. Say something real in your bio. Let her get a glimpse of your mind, your vibe. That "I like food and travel" line doesn't hit. When you message, don't just say hi or drop a one-liner. Most women are getting flooded with lazy openers. Be different. Be intentional. It goes a long way. Women want to feel safe, seen, and curious. So lead with that energy. You'll stand out. Ones where the men aren't wearing a hat in every photo. Honestly, I'm not sure we even care if you're balding or bald, but own it whatever it is. I am on a dating hiatus right now, but when I was on apps, these were things I looked for. 1. Smile in your pictures. 2. Group photos should be like 2 max, the rest should be just you. 3. Have someone else take pictures for you, don't just have selfies. Nice full body shots. 4. Fill everything out and include some humor and add your interests. 5. Tell what you are looking for and what type of person you are and what the ideal relationship for you looks like. It's nice to know your expectations. Even if it's just a hookup. Just be upfront and honest. If you need help, there are subreddits for each dating app that can help review your profile and give feedback. I'm told they get incredibly wet when they see you posing with a fish or your giant truck. Here's story 4. What is your favorite insult without using curse words? My father and teenage daughter me, at the age of 16 or 17, having a huge argument about me not washing the cars. I screamed to find Dad, I'm just useless. I can't do anything right. His response: no, you're not useless. You can always serve as a bad example. Classic. I still laugh about that comment. I envy those who have never met you. Your dog wags its tail when you leave. Come back when you can't stay so long. You look like you know what every crayon tastes like. I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. Why, you're just as smart as you can be. He's as sharp as a marble, that one. Paraphrasing Winston Churchill, he's a humble man with much to be humble about. I'd call you a tool, but that implies you're actually useful. Calling them by an item they are wearing, if you say so, sunglasses. May you have a day as pleasant as you are. Why are you just standing there, looking at me as if it's my fault you're stupid? You've got 2 brain cells battling for 3rd place. My son's go-to when he's mad. You're an unfrosted Pop-Tart. That wraps it up. Alright folks, follow for more stories with Frank.